Welcome to the Michigan Golfer Show. Join us each week as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great game.
Hi, I'm Jack Berry, and I'm at the West Michigan Golf Show on a kind of a snowy day, but we're talking green grass and green golf. And we've got our special guest here is Kevin Helm. He's the Executive Director of the Michigan section of the Professional Golfers Association of America. And Kevin, tell us what is happening with the Michigan PGA and golf.
All kinds of things happening with the Michigan PGA and golf. We're looking forward to a great 2018. This show is always kind of the unofficial kickoff to the golf season. Even though we had terrible weather yesterday in Grand Rapids with snow, everyone thinks golf here, and gets everyone excited for the spring.
Right. Absolutely, and you've got a very busy schedule this year. Is that correct?
That is correct. This is just our section event schedule alone is busy, but this is also one of those years every other year where we get to help the PGA of America bring a major championship here to Michigan with the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship at the end of May. So we're excited about that. Over
at Harbor Shores and the Jack Nicklaus course, yeah. And a lot of things have changed there over the years, hasn't they?
You know, every other year we get down there quite a bit, but certainly for the tournament every other year, and every time we go back, there's just more and more great things happening downtown Benton Harbor, and not only the event but the whole development around Harbor Shores and the marina and the hotel, and you see new restaurants and shops, and there's just a lot more great activity, new homes built around the golf course. So there's so many positive things happening in that area. A lot of it due to KitchenAid, Whirlpool, the community foundation around that area, and all the great things they're doing.
Now, what about that foundation? We know that they support a lot of kids for the tournament, and they've been probably getting a lot of them in as volunteers too.
That foundation does great things. They've supported Boys and Girls Club. They built a tremendous facility for the Boys and Girls Club of Benton Harbor. They support the First Tee chapter, which is right there at Harbor Shores. They do so many great things like that for youth in the community. As part of the championship, we'll be running a PGA Reach Pro-Am Monday of championship week. It's going to be at Pointe aux Woods, and that'll be a Pro-Am to raise money for local charities and the Michigan PGA Foundation. So we're excited about that.
Sounds like a busy time.
Busy time, but that's what's great about major championship golf and the PGA of America. Whenever they bring events to an area, they want to leave a footprint and leave a mark, and they want to do great things for charities in the community. So we get to be a part of that when we host the Senior PGA.
Now, how do section members, are they involved in it?
We will have, I think, 85 or so PGA members that will volunteer and work that championship week. We have a lot of different duties. A lot of it is around the practice range and making sure that all the teeing areas and the balls and the short game area, everything's in order there. We'll also help with some leaderboards and whatnot. We give lessons at a family fun zone, which will be out on the golf course. So families that come, their kids will be entertained out there with some interactive activities involving golf. So we'll be quite busy that week in Benton Harbor.
Well, that sounds like quite a difference from the way the golf tournaments started when I got into the business, like the Buick Open. I mean, there was very little, it was a 72-hole golf tournament, and that's what you watched. You didn't have a lot of other things going here, there, and everywhere else.
Great point, and maybe now it's the competition for people's attention and discretional spending, and it's more than just a golf tournament now. You make it a whole experience, and the last few years of the Buick Open, when we enjoyed having that here, they got into a lot of community events around the tournament. That's been gone, but now we have the Champions Tour event coming back to Warwick Hills. That's one thing I haven't mentioned yet, but that's another exciting thing happening that's new. We've had some great things with the LPGA events in Michigan, the Symetra Tour events in Michigan, but now with the Senior PGA and now the Champions Tour event, it's a busy summer in Michigan.
Right. Well, that Allied tournament, the senior tournament over at Warwick Hills, those guys all know that golf course because they all played there during the Buick Open.
The regular tour, they love that golf course, and now that they're in the Champions Tour, I think there's going to be a lot of excitement, and a lot of the top players will come and play in that.
Well, a lot of the past Buick champions will be, are very active on that Champions Tour now too. And
yeah, and I hope that some way the event they can recognize the past champions and do something special to recognize them, which is such a natural with the Buick Open, the long run it had there.
Well, now, how about the Michigan Open? That's a big one that you're very much involved in. And
Michigan Open is 101st Michigan Open this year, so it's that's a big deal. It's been around a long time. We are very excited going back to Grand Traverse Resort and the Bear this year for the Michigan Open. Everyone's very excited about that. We haven't done a formal press release yet, but we're close. We'd like to tie in the venue move with a sponsor announcement, which we're still working on. But yes, we're excited to go back to the Bear. A lot of the players that enjoyed so many years, kind of like the Buick Open, had such a great run at Warwick Hills. We had 28 years at Grand Traverse Resort with the Michigan Open. So a lot of the players, and I know the resort is really excited to have it back, and the players we've talked to about it are tickled pink to go back there.
I love it.
Tickled pink to go back there.
Well, I loved it in my days at Detroit News or Free Press before that, going to Charlevoix every summer for the Michigan Amateur and going to Traverse City for the Michigan Open.
Pretty good back then, did yeah. Charlevoix for the AM and Traverse City, but yeah, we're excited to be able to go back to Grand Traverse. It's going to be a great event, great golf course. Players, the chatter's already talking, and then once we get the full announcement out and get the sponsor pieces lined up, we're going to really look forward to a terrific one.
Now, how many qualifying sites do you have at the Michigan Open?
I believe we will have 8 Michigan Open qualifiers. I know they're scattered around the state to try to make it convenient for everyone to find one that works for them. Up north, we're very fortunate. Black Lake is going to be a host for one of the Michigan Open qualifiers up for the northern players. Great venue, and we try to do that. Fabulous golf course. Not only we want it to be enjoyable for the players that enter it to play there and enjoy it, but we also want it to determine who the best player is, and that certainly will do both.
Well, that's Reese Jones Golf Course, and Reese does the best, and they certainly have it there. I think the guys will get a big kick out of that one.
We're fortunate that facilities like that will step up, and it promotes their facility, but it also helps support the Michigan Open by having not only a great championship venue, but also the qualifying venues.
Now, the PGA has been very involved with the Junior League, the junior program. How is that going? How many teams do you have involved in that?
It's amazing. We had around 120 leagues going on around the state, which is fantastic. So that grows every year, not only in Michigan, but nationwide. It's just, I can't say enough good things about it. If anything, there might be one little hiccup we're trying to get by where maybe some of the teams get a little too advanced or competitive, and some of the other teams that are beginners maybe don't enjoy playing them. So we're working out those little nuances where maybe there's a beginner league and a competitive league. So just the organizers have to talk together and make sure they get the right level of play, but it just brings kids to golf into it's little league baseball for golf. So they're on a team, they have numbers on their back, and they're helping each other out. It's terrific to see.
Well, in the years that you've been here in this beautiful state that you came up from, that kind of the devastated state below us, how have you seen golf grow?
I've seen really up north, and that was the beginning of that was before me, but even as great as our resort golf is up north, the recent additions, and I have some of them are even getting better by building new golf courses. Arcadia Bluffs is building a new one. You look at what happened at the transformation at Crystal Mountain and how that continues to evolve, all the Boyne properties, Shandy Creek. We're so fortunate in Michigan. When I travel around and talk to other sections around the country at our meetings, they see the commercials too, and they say, "Boy, you have some great golf in Michigan, don't you?" I'm like, "We're fortunate. We have to travel in the winter to play, but in the summer, boy, we don't have to leave the state to play some great golf."
We are pure Michigan. Yeah. And how are we getting the season off to a start? Because we know this snow is going to be all gone. And I think you've got something going over Eastern Michigan University area there at the Marriott at Eagle Crest Resort.
We do. We're excited about that, to go to Eastern Michigan University and their great golf course. We have not had a section event there. I'm not sure we ever have, to be honest. So we're excited to kick off the season there with the Spring Scramble. Midwest Golf and Turf Club Car Distributor are the main sponsor, as well as Mercy Elite Performance Academy. So we're excited to have them involved, and it's a great way to kick off the season. Once the snow's gone, we've had some weather for that event that's been not so good, but then we've also had 70 degrees and sunny. So we're hoping this year we have the 70 degrees and sunny.
What's the date?
That event, though, ever since I've been here, is always the last Monday in April, and over half the time we have great weather. So
All right.
we're optimistic.